Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. So this is a very unique Knee Deep Brewing Company beer. This is obviously a bomber bottle. It's called Hoparillo. It's a triple IPA. Knee Deep, we've done a lot of beer reviews with these guys and they're all very unique. They're extremely creative in what they do. So this particular beer has Amarillo, Mosaic, and Citra hops. All very, very good flavored hops. It's a tripled dry hopped with large amounts of all three hops. It delivers this explosive tropical flavor, citrus aroma, intense hop aromas that will stimulate your olfactory receptors. I love that. So, Knee Deep Brewing Company pretty much caters to the hop head. Some of their beers are so hoppy, it's hard to palate, but it's still amazing because it's very complex and very good. So this particular one is 11.1% ABVs. IBUs are unknown. It comes in these bottles and kegs only. $11 for the Bomer bottle. I take that back. It says IBUs of 122, which typically the palate can only taste around 90, and once it goes above, it's very difficult to recognize 122 IBU. So I'm excited about this because it just hit the market. You have three very, very good traditional hops. You've got a nice Citra hop that's got a lot of the kind of real aromatic aromas, and you've got Mosaic and Amarillo, which I think lend to what I call that true traditional hop flavor. So let's get into this thing. Knee Deep continues to amaze me. Their beers are not cheap, but I do think most of them are worth the money, especially if you're into hops. So at 11%, this is way over my normal ABV. I don't like to go over 9, but I was told to give this a shot. So it definitely has that very clear orangish golden color to it. Very little carbonation, but the head is actually fairly thick for the lack of carbonation to it. Very filtered. Smells almost like an orange with a bunch of hops behind it. So you can clearly clearly smell the Citra hops. And quite honestly, the Amarillo hops really kind of hit the background of the aroma, but definitely has that kind of sweet citrusy aroma to it, which is actually very nice. It's very orangey, very grapefruit. It's very nice, tangerine-y. So let's get into this thing and see what it's all about. So it's very sweet. It's very fruity. I would say it's more sweet than hoppy, which is what I did not anticipate, especially from something called the old Hoparillo. But it doesn't taste like it's 11%. It's a little sticky, but it dissipates pretty quickly. It's got a nice finish to it. It's different. This is one I can't really peg. It reminds me a little bit of, they've got it's like Hoptologist, I believe is what it was. And it was a pretty high ABV beer, and it just kind of lingered on your palate. It was real sticky. This one is a little less lingering. It's not as thick. It's a lot thinner than most beers at 11%. You can kind of smell the booziness, but not near some of the other beers that are over 9%. So they hide it well with the fruitiness. I think the fruit aspect to it, it's different. I'm kind of struggling with this one because you can kind of smell it goes down real smooth. It's not something that's, this is a tough one. It's got a nice balance to it. It's definitely hoppy. It definitely has more of the Citra hop, the more florally aromatic, the more flavor of the citrus. It goes down. It's got very little bite to it in the back of the jaw. But it definitely, I would say, it's tasting more like a 9%, not an 11%, which is good. Shows that they've done their kind of homework and how they've decided to brew it, but it still has a little bit of something to it that I'm struggling with. So I would probably buy this again. I would probably give this about a 3.5. This isn't my favorite knee-deep beer, but it's good. I think I expected more, and that's unfair to the beer. But it's very drinkable. It's very easy to palate. It's got a wonderful aroma to it. It smells fresh. I like the citrus aspects to it. But it might be just a little bit on the high side of the IBUs and the ABVs to pull it all together. So in this market, it's really, I say this all the time in my videos, it's really crowded. And there are other beers that I would pick before this one, so I'll stick with my 3.5. I would buy it again, but it's not my favorite double IPA that I've ever had in my life. So let us know if you tried it. Please leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website. Like our video if you liked it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.